Look, the number one reason most coaches don't scale to $10,000 to $20,000 a month is because they're scared of coming across as salesy. And that fear of the way people will perceive them is the reason that they're not growing. And if you can overcome this mindset and limiting belief, you can help a lot more people make a lot more money and ultimately live a lifestyle that really supports you and your family. Okay, in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to fix that mindset so that you can start helping more people and sharing with the world your talents. Okay, so before I jump into this video, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. I create daily content just like this to help coaches grow and scale their coaching businesses. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Now, the reason I'm so passionate about this, if you guys felt that passion in the first 30 seconds of this video, is because this was me too. Okay, I felt the same way when I started my coaching business and I hired business coaches and mentors, and they told me, hey, it's time to start messaging people. You've got people engaging your content. You've got new followers. Go welcome them. I would just get clammy. And I was like, yeah, but what if they tell me to F off? You know, what if they're mean and rude? And what if they don't like me? What if they think I'm salesy? Will they stop messaging me? Will it ruin my brand? You know, I had those crazy thoughts. And ultimately, it prevented me from getting started. And I kicked the can for probably months. I was like, oh, I'll get to it when I feel comfortable. You know, I think I just need to make better content. And I just made stories up. I was like, man, if I just got, 20, 30 more followers a day, I'd feel comfortable, like if they were perfect fits to reach out to them. And those were all stories. And I didn't do any of that, okay? But one day, I decided to start messaging people. I started to start putting myself out there and having conversations and asking people what their goals were and asking them what they've tried. And as I started doing that, I started to realize that people on social media are looking for a connection. They're looking to connect with people. And it's my job as a coach, as an entrepreneur, whatever it is you're doing, if there's someone out there who needs your help, it's your job to help them. It is your job to help them. That's why we have businesses. Yes, businesses make money, right? They gotta have profit, but also we have businesses because we're passionate about helping people solve that specific problem. If that's not you, if you don't feel that way, then you're in the wrong business and you shouldn't be in business in the first place. And you probably should just go shut down because you're not passionate about it. And it's just gonna be not enjoyable for you in the first place, okay? But if that's not you, you're like, yeah, I love coaching. I love coaching. I love helping people solve problems. I wanna do more of it. Well, it's your job. It's your job to reach out to people, to connect with them, and to help them, okay? I really want this to get this clear, because if you're doing this the right way and you're reaching out to people in the DMs when they follow you, engage in your content, they ask for a resource, if you're doing it the right way, you can help a lot of people. And let's just be clear. I'm gonna share with you, I'm gonna walk through my process real quick at the end of how to have a DM conversation in a really authentic way and just make sure you're inviting the right people onto calls and saying I can help. But I wanna share with you, the conversations that you have in the DMs are not gonna be a straight pitch fest, right? And if they are, you're not gonna get responses, and that can absolutely damage your brand. But if you have real, authentic conversations and you're coming at it from the approach of I'm here to help, everything's gonna get so much easier for you. Because look, I'll tell you right now, if I go on my DMs, which my team probably starts 100 to 200 conversations a day. We have a lot of ads that bring people into conversations. We get 20 to 50 new followers a day, and then we get people engaging our content. So we're starting a lot of conversations every single day, right? And of those, I'm gonna tell you, less than 5% are gonna book on our sales call. Less than 5% are gonna book a call with my team and hear an offer from me, okay? I know that going into it, but I will tell you one thing. I've had so many meaningful conversations in the DMs, and I've connected people that have became business partners together. I've connected people who got coaching from somebody else. I've sent them a free resource that actually helped them get clients, which is AKA what I do, because I know they told me, hey, I'm not in a place where I can invest right now, but you know what? I'm really looking for help. Cool. Well, look, I'm on my phone right now. I'm going to send you a list of resources that I want you to read, go or watch. Go through all of these. Okay, and then check back in. That's how you build meaningful relationships. If it's just copy paste message and you're not really there and you're just having conversations to try to sell people, it's felt and it's not gonna work, okay? But if you can have conversations with people, see what they're looking for, point them in the right direction for help, and really help them, you're going to make relationships, get more referrals, and grow your business. Okay, and that's what you want to do. So let me jump into my computer right now, and we're gonna cover my messaging process from start all the way to finish to inviting to a call and sending a client. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so I've got this up right here, and there's 7 stages here. This is my 7-stage process that I take all of anyone, I teach to everybody because I think it's a very simple and authentic way to have conversations with people and see where we can help. Okay. So number 1, the first thing you're going to do in a DM conversation is you're going to start a conversation. Now, there's certain reasons that you would start a conversation with people. Number 1 is they could have reached out to you. Great. That's a very hot lead, right? Number 2 is a new follower. So if it's a new follower, you're just checking in. Hey, what do you do for work? You might ask a more specific question around like why they followed your account, but we're just starting a conversation to see where it goes. They could engage in your posts, right? They could comment something. You're like, hey, I saw your comment, and you continue the conversation in the DMs. They could view your stories, like your story, engage in your stories, and you could ask them a question from that. Or my favorite long-term strategy is paid ads. So they could be messaging you for a free resource or messaging you to learn more about your coaching service. Okay. So all these things have to happen first for us to move on to the next section. Okay. So that's the first thing that happens. You're starting a conversation. None of these conversation starters are going to be a direct sales. Hey, do you want my service? Unless they reach out to you asking about it, or they like replied to a story or post saying, I want to hear about it. If that's the case, then you're probably going to invite to call a lot sooner. But most of the conversations aren't going to be that way. You're not going to have a line of people at your door saying, hey, I want to work with you from day one. It's not going to happen. Over time, it can happen. But at the start, no, you're creating a lot of valuable content. You're going to get new followers. You're going to engage with them, nurture them in the DMs, and invite them to a call. All right. So that's the first thing we do. We start a conversation. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to qualify that conversation to see if they're a good fit for what we do. Okay. Now, when I say the word qualify, I don't want you to get like, you automatically can start thinking sales, right? Qualify, sales. Oh, ooh, like what we're doing here, if it qualifies too salesy of a word for you, is what we're doing is we're trying to see, is this person part of the ideal client that I want to work with? Like part of that niche? Do they have that specific problem that I help people with? Okay. And here's the thing. If they do, great, you're going to continue, right? We're going to ask them more about their goals, what they're trying. If they're not, it's your job, because again, our job when we're in here doing DMs is how can I help this person? If they're not your ideal client, you can then connect them with somebody who can help them, assuming they're looking for help. If they're not, send them some other profiles to follow. Oh, cool. So for instance, let's say you're a nutrition coach and this person wants to get really strong and their nutrition's dialed in. Awesome. Hey man, well, here are 3 of the top accounts that I follow that I think you'd like as well. And just send it over. Cool. You just helped that person. Great. Right? Or giving them books or resources, right? You just helped that person. Good job. Okay. Just because they didn't sign up to buy your stuff doesn't mean it's not working and you're not doing the thing. Okay. You helped that person. Great. And that's going to keep giving you more motivation. And if that person knows somebody who needs help with nutrition, they'll refer them to you. Well, hopefully they'll refer them to you. They might not, but you've got goodwill. Okay. All right. So let's say that, let's continue the context. Let's say they are looking for nutrition help and you can help them. Cool. Find out their goal. Awesome. So for example, let's say we're still doing the nutrition stuff. Okay, cool. So what are you working towards this year? Like, do you have a goal weight in mind you're trying to hit? And then they can share that. It's objective. That's great. Awesome. Cool. If that goal weight is, again, what you can help them with, continue. If it's not, send them something that can. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to do is we're going to identify if they do have the goal weight that you can help. We're going to identify what they're currently doing to achieve that goal. Nice. So what are you currently doing right now in terms of your nutrition to help you get to 195? Okay. So they'll tell you what they're doing, and that's great. Then we're going to go ahead, regardless of what they say for this stage, it's just important to identify what it is. We're then going to go to the next stage. So the next stage is we need to identify if the method is working or not working. Okay. And when I say this, let's say that their goal is to, get to 195 pounds. They are currently 235. They want to get to 195. So they've got 40 pounds to lose. So let's say that, hey, I'm currently doing keto. Awesome. Is that working for you? Or how is that going? If this person says keto is going fantastic, I'm loving it, my results are great, they're not in a position where you can help them. Okay. So you could be like, awesome, man. Well, I'm super proud to hear that. Here's some more resources, again, that I think would help you along your journey in addition to what you're currently doing. Okay. And then the second tree of this is if they identified the method is not working, I've been trying keto, but it's not really working. I'm not really losing the weight as fast as I'd like to. And honestly, I'm thinking about quitting and throwing in the towel. Okay. If that is the answer, and again, they're your ideal client, they've got ideal goals, all that stuff, then you're going to continue moving on. Okay. But before we get into the actual pitch, because we are going to invite to call, I want you to remember if at any point they don't match with your ideal client or what you do, you're going to help them. Okay. Because I'm trying to ingrain that into you right now, because if you can change your mindset around DMs to being, I'm helping people, I'm connecting with people, I'm helping them. And for, 5% of those people might need my help on a sales call, you're going to be able to do a lot more messaging, a lot more DMs, because you see the value in helping people. Okay. All right. So if they get to this point, we identify the method is not working. We then want to share a different process. Okay. This is where a lot of my scripts differ from a lot of the other business coaches. I don't like when people say, well, have you ever tried one-on-one coaching before? What? Have you ever tried nutrition coaching before? Like, I get it. I get it. Cause you're trying to say, has this person invested in coaching before? Yes or no? Do they have money to invest? Fine. But I honestly don't like selling coaching or programs. I think it's silly. What I like to sell is a process. Okay. A unique process. This is like business 101, USP, unique selling proposition. And this is what all businesses should have. They should have their own unique 3 to 5 step process to get people results. If you don't, we can help you build that. It's really helpful. But if you do, good. So what we do here is once someone says, hey, I'm trying keto and it's not working, right? I can say, nice. Well, we've got a different method that we're finding a lot of success with the clients that we do serve. Now, if you're open to it, I'd love to share that process and model with you, and we can do that over a quick call. How does that sound? Right? And then you can invite them to a call, have a call with them. I like that because what you're doing is you're selling a process versus selling a program or selling yourself. Okay. Now, selling yourself can be really helpful when you're getting started, but what happens when you have 2 to 4 or 5 assistant coaches underneath you? You can't keep selling yourself. You have to sell something that's above yourself. If you have a process that works really well and that you can put your name behind and say, hey, this is this process, it's going to help smoothen everything out. Okay. Now, example of processes other people have made. If we look at P90X, muscle confusion is what they branded. Keto is its own branded method. Intermittent fasting. These are more well-known things. Stand efforting, the vertical diet. If you guys haven't seen that, you can check that out. Anabolic fasting by Corey Gregory. These are all different methods or processes that they just named. Okay. They named it. They created something cool behind it. And that process is what they sell versus trying to sell one-on-one coaching with me. Because if you want to scale, you have to have something outside of one-on-one coaching with Coach Matt. Okay. That's not going to scale. Okay. But a process will. All right. So cool. That's my 7-step process that I take everybody through when it comes to messaging. Right. And I walked through that and I showed you all the trees and branches you could come off to help people. If you can spend 1 hour to 2 hours a day helping people by connecting with them in the DMs and you see it as that, you're going to do a lot better than looking at it as I'm only coming here to book sales and get clients. Now, again, the sooner you can change your mindset around sales is helping, sales is providing value, the sooner you're going to be able to scale a coaching business well beyond $10,000, $20,000 a month. Okay. If you guys want help with this, if you guys want help with your sales process, your marketing, all the things that you need to run an online coaching business, this is what my team does. We do this day in, day out. We've done this with over 250 coaches, and we really, really prioritize making sure you feel good authentically with your sales process and your DM process. We audit all the conversations that our clients have, send them to us, we review them, give detailed feedback on exactly what to do next so that you can feel confident in this. Because if you can feel confident in this, I guarantee you'll be able to help more people, you'll be able to make more money and really feel very fulfilled doing what you're doing. Okay. And all of that starts with sales. So if you guys need help with any of that, there'll be a link below to book a call with my team. On the call, we'll walk you through the exact process from start to finish. We take all of our coaches through so they can scale online. All right. So that's all I got for today. Until next time, peace. See you guys. Have a great day.